Hi Lovelies, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this half up half down crochet using expression attachment from scratch. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure to keep on watching. So first of all, I'm going to start by making our extension. I'm just showing you what you need to make this extension. So you're going to need your combs, you're going to need your expression attachment. I'm going to be using one full expression attachment. I'm going to be using this whole pack. All right, so this is the big pack of expression attachments. This is the big one. We have the medium one and the smallest one. So I'm using the big one. I'm going to be using just 101. So I went ahead to cut that extension into two, and then I'm just going to go ahead to feather the tip of the extension, because you don't want to do it while the tip is still straight. You want to do it while it's feathered. It's going to help when you're putting it in your bending rollers. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take my bending rollers, and then I'm just going to go ahead to roll that onto the bending rollers. You can see the way I'm doing it on the screen, but one thing I want to make sure to say is that you want to go ahead to make sure it's a bit more tighter than I'm rolling it. I'm not making it as tight, because the way you do it will determine how your curls will come out. So there are different ways you can go ahead to roll this thing on your curl, on your bending rollers, and it's going to give you a different type of curls each time you roll. So you want to go ahead to make sure it's very tight if you like the tight curls, so your curls come out a bit more tighter. So I went ahead to make sure the rest I did it a bit more tighter, so it came out like way smaller. And this ones I'm showing on the screen came out way too big, and I really didn't like the way it came out. So it just depends on the kind of curls you want to do. All right, so make sure to keep that in mind. It depends on the curls you're doing. So if you make it a bit too loose, it's going to look too big, and if that's what you're going for, I mean, why not? But if you want tighter curls, you want to make sure you tighten the curls as you're curling. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll that. This is the way I'm rolling it. I went ahead to roll two extension. I went ahead to roll two on one flexi rod, like I'm showing you. That's what I went ahead to do, because it just kind of saves you space, and you know, it just works well for me. So you can go ahead to roll two on one flexi rod. It will make it easier for you, so you don't have to go ahead. So you don't need as much flexi rod as, you know, when you roll it one. So once I'm done rolling that on the flexi rod, I just went ahead to put my silicone mix and hot water. I mixed that together and put everything in. I'm so sorry I didn't show the part where I unraveled it from the flexi rod, but it should give you a curl like I just showed you. So now I'm going to go ahead to install this on my hair. All right, so I'm installing it for you guys so you see how that curls will come out. So in a minute, you're going to see how the curls did come out. So I'm going to go ahead to divide my hair into two, from ear to ear. I just went ahead to divide that into two separate parts. So one is going to be for our up bun, and the second one for our half down. All right, so first of all, I went ahead with a heat protectant spray. All right, because I want to go ahead to straighten my hair. I wanted this to be as sleek as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead with my straightener and straighten the hair. I'm not actually putting so much pressure or so much heat on the hair. I think this was on the lowest heat. I'm not putting so much heat on my hair. I didn't want it to be, because it's nothing serious at the end of the day. I didn't want to put so much heat, and then I just went ahead to kind of press that. But I didn't even press the tip of my hair, just the bottom, because I had a bit of undergrowth. So I just wanted this hair to be very sleek, but at the same time I didn't want to damage my hair.
You said it was nothing, but I knew.
So once I was done straightening my hair, I just combed it, and it was still looking, it wasn't giving like it was going to be sleek when I put it down. So now I'm going to go ahead with my hot comb and my wax stick. That's the next step I went ahead to do. Look at me, I'm just checking it out, and it's not sleek, it's not giving. So I went ahead with wax stick and my hot comb and just kind of flattened that down, just for my undergrowth, so it's sleek as possible, because my hair is very stubborn, like very stubborn. So these are the steps I actually take if I want my hair to be sleek, like sleek to the finished. All right, so this is the step I take. Then I take my shine and jam. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of shine and jam. Then I'm just going to go ahead and rub that on the palm of my hands and just press that into the hair. Nothing much. I didn't use so much shine and jam. I showed you the amount I used, very little, and just slick that, and you can see the hair now is giving sleek. All right, that's how I wanted it to be sleek. So I went ahead to pack it off camera, and this is what it looks like. So this is what your up and down should look like once you're done. So I'm just going to use a bit of attachment just to give my ponytail a bit of strength, nothing serious. Or I'm going to use like just a tiny bit of attachment and just give my ponytail, like I said, a bit of strength, so that when you're crocheting in your extension, it kind of stands, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and braid that.
We used to laugh so hard. When did we stop loving, babe? When did
So now it's time for our extension. I'm really sorry I didn't show when I was really unraveling this on camera because I did most of it off camera. But one thing you want to go ahead to do is cut off this tiny bits, because if you don't cut it off, it's going to tangle when you're trying to unravel. So just cut off the tiny bits of the extension, and then you want to go ahead to make sure your hand is not as dry. You want to have a bit of hair cream, not too much because you don't want the hair to become shiny. So just a little bit, and you just want to take your time and unravel, and guys, it's going to come out. All right, so just go ahead, take your time, very slowly drag a little bit. Do not drag with force because it's going to straight out the extension. So just a little bit. You should have something like this if you do it properly. So once I was done with kind of unraveling it, I didn't unravel a lot of it because I kind of went ahead to make some of the extension really small when I was rolling it on the bending roller, so I wouldn't have to go ahead to unravel a lot of it, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go ahead with a bit of mousse, and I'm just using mousse on the extension so they become kind of, should I say stagnant, or should I say, I don't know the word, but it's just going to make it stiff, right? It's going to make it stiff so it doesn't come undone, if that makes any sense. So it doesn't come undone later, and it's going to make it very stiff. So if you use your mousse on it, it's going to help it last a bit more longer. It's going to help with the durability. So you want to keep that in mind. So now I'm just going to go ahead and crochet that onto the back of the hair. As you can see, this is what I'm having. I'm just going to crochet it like I would normally do. If you want to go ahead to crochet the extension twice, or you want to go ahead to crochet it once, I don't really think it matters. All right, so if you want to go ahead to kind of loop it twice like I'm doing right now, that's fine. If you want to loop it once, that's fine. Whatever works for you. I don't think it really matters, right? So this is what the back is looking like once we're done. It's already giving what it should give, and I'm really happy with how it's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead to show you how it looks like. This is what the back is looking like. You can see how neat it is and how flawless it's coming out. Okay, what do we think? Let me know your thoughts down below about this style. I'm really glad with how it came out. Let me know what you think down below. So I'm going to go ahead to do the top of the bun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead to the top of the bun. I'm just going to go ahead to crochet as I would normally do. But guys, if I would give my opinion, I think you should start with the top bun, because you get to make the top bun as full as you want. Then you kind of go underneath the low bun to kind of use whatever extension you have left. Okay, so for the top bun, I didn't really have as much extension left. It still came out flawless though, but I didn't make it as full as I would have wanted it to be. But it was enough, but I just wish it was a bit more fuller. So if you want to go ahead with the top bun first, then when you're done with the top bun, you go ahead to the lower bun. That will work fine too. So this is what it's looking like once we're done crocheting the entire bun, the entire top bun. This is what it's looking like. But then again, you want to go ahead to do that wrapping. You know the wrapping I'm talking about, right? So you want to go ahead to wrap it. So I'm going to be using a bit of extension that I kept. Okay, so if I didn't mention that in the beginning, you want to go ahead to keep a bit of extension, or if you have any. All right, so I'm going to use that straight extension. You don't want to go ahead to pick from the top bun. You can, but it's not going to be as straight as using an extension you did not tamper with. Okay, so I'm going to use the extension I didn't tamper with. I'm just going to go ahead to use that to kind of go around the top bun as much as I want, to just give that, to give the results I'm looking for, because I don't know what to call it, but to give the result I'm looking for, I'm just going to keep wrapping. Then once I'm done wrapping, I'm going to use, you want to go ahead, brush it out, keep rolling. Then I'm going to use my got2b and kind of seal it off and just roll it till the extension finishes. I don't know if that makes sense. You just want to keep rolling, actually. You just want to keep twisting and twisting, and until you get a result like this. So this is what we're going for. I don't know, this is giving Coming to America vibe. You know what I'm talking about. It's giving Coming to America vibe, but we're not done yet. This is what it's giving right now, but we're not done. I'm going to go ahead with my scissors and just kind of define everything and kind of get it to fit my face frame. All right, so you can go ahead to cut it. You can go ahead to leave it like that, whatever works for you, but I'm just going to cut it to fit my face frame. So I'm looking at the side because my mirror is at the side, right? So I'm just going to go ahead to keep trimming the extension until I get the results that I want. So now I've gone ahead to just cut one side, and you can literally see the difference between both sides of the face. You can see the difference that trimming makes, right? So now I'm done with cutting both sides, and just look at how it giving. I really love this hairstyle. I love how it came out. I love how simple it is to achieve. Let me know down below if you'll be trying this hairstyle. Let me know what you think. Let me know all your thoughts and I'll be sure to answer. If you have any question for me, leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. And if you're watching the end of this video, you already know you're the what? You already know you're the real MVP. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Mwah.